Chapter 5. The City That Could No Longer Breathe. 1863. The air in New York smelled of smoke, blood, and medicinal alcohol. From the port, the heavy vapors of the East River rose over the cramped tenements of 5 Points, where thousands of families lived piled on top of each other, in lightless rooms, among rats and the dry cough of the consumptive. In the streets, barefoot children ran between carriages, selling newspapers or cigarettes, while women washed laundry in cast iron tubs, waving away the clouds of steam. The smell of chloride of lime used for disinfection mixed with the heavy stench of the sewers. Every corner of the city seemed a mix of fever and hope. In the hospitals, improvised in schools, churches, and even old meat markets, doctors wore gauze masks, and young seminarians read prayers for the sick laid out in endless rows. The lucky ones died quickly. The others faded slowly, their gaze lost on the moldy ceiling. Every morning, the city's carts collected the dead from the night. Some days there were dozens, others hundreds. The count was no longer kept. People had become accustomed to going to St. Patrick's Church not just for service, but to request death certificates. In the places where Irish immigrants lived, such as the McCarthy family, men worked on the docks or construction sites, risking their lives not from disease, but from exhaustion or an accident. Women sewed, washed, baked bread, or prayed not to cough too hard, for a long cough almost certainly meant an imminent end. Alarm bells rang continuously, blending with the screams of the crowd. On the streets of Manhattan, barefoot men, workers with cracked hands, women wearing headscarves, wet with sweat, passed the same word from mouth to mouth. Injustice! In a wretched apartment, on the second floor of a peeling building, Patrick McCarthy sat at a table with a piece of paper in his hand. It was a conscription notice, the Union seal imprinted in black ink, with his name misspelled. They were calling him to war. On the corner of the table, a candle flickered tremulously, illuminating the face of the woman watching him in silence. Catherine, pale, coughed into a handkerchief hidden in her lap. She knew she couldn't stop him, but she couldn't let him leave without saying something. Pat, if you go, who will keep our home? God, Kate, he said softly, without lifting his gaze. Or luck. Whichever we catch first. In a corner of the room, 2 boys stood motionless. Joseph, the older one, was about 7 or 8 and kept his dirty hands on his knees. He already worked at the port, hauling sacks and ropes, for a few cents a day. Henry, the younger one, had just turned 4. He looked at his father with a strange seriousness.